Money. Orange.
No train till Saturday.
Oh, why are we watching ads? Some jumping from the bridge. I love that. Malcolm, what's up? How you doing, man? Well, good morning. I mean, good morning. Good morning. Sorry. Okay, how's everybody doing? We ready? Let's get it. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Ollie's here. How you doing, Ollie Taylor?
Fine.
Good to see you. Malcolm, Thomas, what's up? Malcolm's here. Good. Anybody else was gone this past week? Anthony Kiskaden, what's up?
What's up?
How are you, sir?
Good.
Good. You guys have a good time at the ball game?
Yes, we did.
Good, 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 good.
Go wait. No, you're not on my team. You stay. You go.
Anthony's bad as that, boy. What's up, Paul Meyer?
Good morning.
How are you?
Great, man.
Awesome, man. All right. Good morning, good morning. Let's start off by hearing a little bit about what our customers have to say about us right now. Darla Davidson said, "This is the best place to buy a vehicle. They treat you like they care, even when you bring it back for service. The best experience with a car dealer that I have ever had." Whose customer is that? Darla Davidson, you might know? Julia. Julia. Simple, efficient, and very professional as always. Jason Dotson always goes the extra mile to make sure we feel we are the most important customer he has. Thanks again now and in the future. David Dotson in favor. If you can't find a car at this place, you won't find one anywhere. Right? There's 1,283 keys in the machine. Okay, I got to spend some time moving those cars and pulling those keys, and I understand exactly what you guys go through as far as the unrequested access. I mean, I'm trying to pull out one key and I'm pulling out 6 at a time. I mean, it is ridiculous. We just bought another box in there, and it is just completely, absolutely full. So if you're watching Josh Cummins, we need 3 more drawers. But yeah, it's crazy. So 1,283 keys means there's actually 1,283 cars on the lot, plus the keys that haven't made it to the machine yet, which Cammie has in a box because she doesn't have paddles to get them stocked in to get in the drawer. So there's 1,300 vehicles on the lot. There's another 200 plus vehicles in transit just on the new side, plus some more vehicles in transit on the used side. So we're looking at over 1,600 units on the ground within the next 30 days. Bless you. So, need some help selling some of those. But this customer says it right. If you can't find a car at this place, you will not find one anywhere. Huge selection. Troy Cord was a pleasure to deal with and made the buying process simple and easy. Nice job, Troy Cord. And Jared Dispinette says, I want to thank Troy Cord and Dan Cummins for the great truck buying experience. Good job. They provided a free Carfax report, and after we studied the model of car we wanted, found out that Dan Cummins was $1,000 cheaper. Great customer service, many cars to choose from. Mark Pike, customer that. So see if we can get a couple more. Jim Matthews at Dan Cummins was very helpful throughout the whole process of buying a new car. He was knowledgeable and very patient with me. Also, Brenna in finance was a big help too. Thank you to both Jim and Brenna for all your help in finding me the perfect car. Benji Phelps says, today we purchased a 2015 Camry, and Corey did an awesome job at helping us through it all. Dan Cummins has already great reduced prices from MSRP. Definitely go to Corey for no hassle help. Corey Brewer. And they go on and 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 on. Who's that got 4.5 stars? Just kidding. Awesome, man. We just keep getting these 5-star reviews. It's incredible. You guys, as far as your contests and your competitions, your reviews are really adding up to a lot of points for you guys. So keep asking for the reviews. Keep taking care of your customers, because this is exactly why we have to put 1,600 cars out there, because there are people banging down the doors to come in here and buy some cars. So with that said, I had an experience that I wanted to share with you guys. Check that out. So for the last actually since I moved to Kentucky, I used to have a hot tub when I lived in Arizona. I used to have a hot tub and I used to love sitting out there. It'd be snowing, which I know they're like, snow, Arizona. Yes, it snows in Arizona, up north like 6 months out of the year. So I used to sit in my hot tub in Arizona in the snow, and I just absolutely loved, that I just loved the experience, the hot and the cold, and I just absolutely loved it. So I always wanted a hot tub and couldn't quite afford a hot tub. And so every year for Christmas, for Father's Day, and for birthday, as long as I've known my wife, she's always said, what do you want for your birthday? What do you want for Father's Day? What do you want for Christmas? My answer's always been, I want a hot tub. Always, every time, I want a hot tub, hot tub, hot tub, hot tub. And my wife's like, dude, like, A, I can't afford a hot tub. B, I'm not buying you a hot tub. Plain and simple. She'd tell me that every year, and I'd end up getting, some nice ties and shirts or whatever. So this past Father's Day, putting in the work, saving up the money, building up the dealership, selling more cars, grinding it out, we get to a position where we can afford a hot tub. And my wife, for Father's Day, I opened a box and it was like a hot tub spa pillow. So I knew that was my wife's way of saying that I could get a hot tub, right? So super, super stoked. This was Father's Day back in June of this year. So super stoked, really excited. Did a bunch of research, figured out which hot tub I wanted. Had to go with the Mac Daddy, right, Jeremy? We got to get the nicest of the nice. That's how we roll. So picked out the hot tub, order the hot tub. She's like, cool, it'll be there in 3 to 4 weeks. We'll get you all set up. I'm like, great. So we order it, pay for it, time rolls on. Month goes by, somewhere right around there, month, 5 weeks, 6 weeks, somewhere in there. And I'm like, okay, where's my hot tub? I don't have a hot tub. So I go out to the hot tub place, I talk to the lady, and she says that the hot tub, because of kind of the size and whatnot, they're having a hard time, transporting it and getting it here. And so she tells me what to do, set up a 220 outlet. You don't need to put a box on it, just put the cords there. You'll be good to go. I tell her about our deck and how it's got to go up the steps. She says, no problem. They've got a dolly, they've got a board. They'll roll it up on the deck, they'll set you up, you'll be good to go. Should be here any day. Awesome. So leave. I'm counting down the days until I'm going to get my hot tub, right? Another week goes by, another week goes by, another week goes by. No call. They're not letting me know anything, no emails. I'm starting to get a little frustrated. I'm calling, hey, where's my hot tub? Where's my hot tub? Where's my hot tub? They're like, well, it's in Indiana, and we can't get it down from Indiana. It's going to be here. It's going to be on a truck, blah, 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 blah. So they keep kind of telling me, and I'm like, okay, cool. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Thanks. Keep me in the know. Keep me in the know. Keep me in the know. So earlier this week, they finally told me that the hot tub was on its way from Indiana, and it was going to be delivered and installed at my house this past Wednesday. So I was like, yes, awesome, cool. So didn't hear anything. They didn't call me back. Nothing happened. I'm like, where you guys at? My wife's sitting at the house like, hey, are they coming? Are they coming? Are they coming? Kind of nobody shows up. So get a hold of them. Yeah, sorry, this happened, scheduling issue. It'll be there tomorrow. And that was Thursday. Well, Thursday, scheduling issue. It'll be there Friday. So yesterday it's 4 o'clock. My wife says, and I'm out there moving cars thinking, I'm going to be in the hot tub tonight. This is going to be nice. My wife calls, they're still not here yet. So I call them, I'm like, where are you guys at? They're like, oh, we'll be there around 6:30. So then they show up at, I guess, 6:30 or so. And then I get a call while I'm out here at whatever time last night. And the guy's like, hey, this is so-and-so. Just dropped off your hot tub in the backyard. And just want to let you know there's no way we can get it up those steps without a little tractor thing that we need to lift it up, and you need to put a box on that wall. You've got to have like the box outlet. It's not set up right, so we can't do anything with it today. We'll maybe come back on Monday, and if you can make sure to get that box on there, because without the box we really can't install it. So let us know, and that's my update. So I laid into the guy. I just freaking lit him up, man. I'm like, dude, I freaking spent this money. I bought this hot tub. It's been 3.5 months. You guys have told me this. You're not calling me back. You're not following up. I'm having to call you. You tell me this day. My wife's sitting waiting. Like, don't you understand? I just laid into this guy yesterday. Just went off. And he's like, I'm sorry, and this is that, and she should have told you that. I don't care what she should have told me. You need to I don't care. Stay there till midnight. Get that thing up there. Get it installed. I'm just laying into the guy. And so he's like, okay, fine. Tomorrow morning I'll get a crew, and we'll be there at 6:30 a.m. We'll be there before the sun comes up, and we'll figure this out, and we'll get it put up, and we'll get you your hot tub. So I get off the phone, heated, mad. Smoke a cigarette even though I'm trying to quit, do all that stuff. I started to calm down a little bit, and I started thinking about that whole action. And all of a sudden I started hearing some customers of ours. Anybody ever hear those customers? You guys won't call me back. Why do I always have to call you? My vehicle's got this problem with it. Why haven't you fixed it? You guys ever had any of those customers? And have you ever been stuck in the middle where you're just like, I can't, my hands are tied. There's nothing I can do. It's the manufacturer, it's General Motors. We're waiting on a part. We're trying to do this. I'm sorry, I got busy. I forgot to call you. You ever been that guy? You ever been the guy that was on the other end of the phone that I just laid into? So all these customers started popping into my head, and I started thinking like, man, that's not who I say on Facebook Live and in front of you guys and in front of all our customers when we advertise to millions of people and we tell them that we're these great, wonderful people at this great, wonderful dealership. I realized that I wasn't representing that at all. This guy on the other end of the phone, if he ever heard anybody say anything about Dan Cummins, what's he going to say? Yeah, Dan Cummins, freaking general manager over there's a straight up asshole. He just freaking laid into me. It wasn't my fault. I just tried to get the thing there. You know what I'm saying? That's his mentality. So I went back and I picked up the phone and I called him. And I said, dude, I have to apologize to you. I am so sorry. I understand that things happen. I get it. And I understand that you're the middleman. I get it. What can we do? You know, if Monday works, that's cool. How do I need to set up the box? What can I do? And he walked me through and told me how we can get it set up, and hopefully he'll be out there Monday and he'll set up my hot tub, because in reality, that's a major first world problem, right? That is a major first world problem. There are people who live in the world without plumbing, and I'm getting ready to heat it up and bathe in it and shoot it out of 147 jets just for the hell of it, because I want to. That's not an issue. That's not a real problem. It's not a real problem at all. That's a first world problem. So the more I kind of thought about that whole experience and the character of this dealership and who we represent, I started thinking about different people in the dealership, man. I got a text message first thing this morning. Actually, I think I got it last night. My time blends because I'm running empty. But I got a text message from Amber Wood, Brennan and them's mom, who calls and does you guys' follow-up on your new car surveys. And we got a text message, and the score for General Motors, we had to be at 159.9. 159.9 is the level where we get our SFE bonuses, and the dealership keeps rolling. They help pay for our advertising. You guys get all your money and all that good stuff. 159.9 is the CSI score we have to have between service and sales. Now, service has had a little bit of a struggle on their side because they've been dealing with a lot of recalls and whatnot from General Motors, right? So there's a lot of customers out there not super happy that we're trying to make happy, and we're trying to do everything that we can, but their scores have suffered just a little bit. And so Amber was banging the phones and just begging for surveys, good surveys, making sure customers were taken care of, beating them to the punch to make sure that they didn't have any issues so that they didn't burn you on a survey. And when she sent me the text message, we ended up at a 160.4. Okay, she got us up. Even though it's just half a point, that half a point, you have no idea what that means to this dealership. If our CSI is not good, or SFE is not good, we don't get all these cars, and we don't get all these cars, well, then we don't have the inventory for everybody. And if we don't have the inventory for everybody, then we can't sell 1,000 cars in a month. And if I can't sell 1,000 cars in a month, then some of you have to leave because I don't have enough positions. That's how important that was. And I don't know if you saw her or not, but she was in here on Saturday. She came into a couple meetings. She was in here making calls on Saturdays because she was having a hard time getting a hold of people during the week. She was staying in here extra hours just to make sure that we got these surveys, man. She was putting in the work. She has such great character. She cares so much about this dealership. She gets yelled at all day long. It is her job to call the customer that's not happy with you, take the brunt of it, and then fix it. That's her job. We think we have it bad sometimes. She does it all with a positive attitude, and she makes a difference in this company, and that's the kind of character that we have in this dealership, and it's a beautiful thing. It's really a beautiful thing. So then I started thinking about some other people around the dealership. I started thinking about Bob. I don't know if you guys know this or not. Bob's been kind of pulling his hair out lately. It's been a little chaotic out here for Bob. He came running out to me when we were parking cars out there yesterday like, Glenn, there's no way I can take a car from here to here. It's going to add 30 seconds and I can't get up. And just crash. Bob's got everything down to the second, man, on these pictures. We got one guy picturing 1,600 cars. It's ridiculous. So he was in here 3 days in a row from 6:30 in the morning until 8 o'clock at night. Just trying to get the pictures caught up with this massive influx. Just grinding it out, man. Picture after picture after picture after picture, writing out the descriptions. Why? Why is he doing that? He's doing it because if it's not pictured and it's not scripted right, it's not going to even show up in a search. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but when somebody searches online, when they search, if it doesn't have a picture associated with it, it just won't even pop up. Okay, Google's going to pull the most relatable information. So if it's got a picture and a description and all that stuff, it's going to pop up in the search. But if it's got no picture, it goes all the way to the bottom. Anybody here go past page 1 on Google? If you're not up top on page 1, buddy, you're toast. So no pictures, that means we get no leads. No leads, the BDC doesn't have anything to do. BDC doesn't have anything to do, then you guys can't sell cars. And if you guys can't sell cars, then half of us have to go, right? So incredible that Bob did that for us. Nobody asked Bob to do that. That's just his character. It's who he is. He cares so much about this dealership. Started thinking about some other people. Tim Hollyfield, did you guys see him out there with the programmer? Did you see him in here on a Saturday and on a Sunday? He had a recall where every single thing, pretty much every vehicle on the lot had to be reprogrammed. These are 15-minute reprograms. 15 minutes per car. How many cars are out there? There's 800 new vehicles on the lot. I can't even do that math, and I love math. But 15 minutes a car. So he decided to come out here with a team of guys, some of his other service techs. He decided to come out here with a programmer and go through that field and go down that truck line one by one and program every single one of these vehicles so that they would be safe for our customer. It's an airbag issue. Had to be safe for our customer. That was the number one reason they did it. And the number two reason they did it is if it wasn't done, you couldn't sell it. And if you guys couldn't sell a car, we know where it goes from there, right? Character is so important. So incredibly important in this dealership and outside of this dealership. Who we are matters. Sometimes we have to look in the mirror, man, because we live in a world where we're getting some rewards, right? This is the result. I was talking to John Bowman yesterday, and we were talking about another guy named Simon Sinek who talks about why you do things, and when you do things the right way, when you have character and you have morals and you do things the right way, as a result, you end up getting spoils. And we all have some spoils, right? Those of us been here for a little while, the newer people are like, yeah, we want some spoils, but you know, we've got a lot of first world problems in this dealership. People are buying houses, people are buying cars, we're making a pretty good living. It's a pretty good place to be. We work for awesome owners, just awesome owners, man. Everybody that's been promoted in this dealership, actually everybody that's been hired in this dealership since I've been in my position, every promotion has been based on character. Every single one. Every hire has been based on character. I don't go through the resumes and look for 10 years experience and call all your previous employers and find out where you've been and what you've done and how you produced and how many you sold. I just don't do it. Instead, I look across from people, we have a conversation, and I ask you questions about who you are. Every one of you can probably attest to that. In the interviews, I say, so tell me about yourself. And then you tell me your work history. And when you're done telling me your work history, I say, okay, great, now I know where you work. Tell me about yourself. That's what matters. It's really what matters. We have great character in this building. Everybody's been stepping up. We've been having to do a lot of work. We're in this process. Most of us have it on our arm, right? We change, and it's funny. I've had a lot of people ask for bracelets lately. A lot. I need to order some more. But it's because I know we're struggling a little bit out here. And I get it. Lots of cars on the lot. The keys are in chaos. You don't know where anything is. Customers freaking everywhere. There's new people everywhere. We have 44 salespeople. It's the most salespeople we've ever had. We're going to sell 1,000 cars. Most cars we've ever sold. We've never even sold 900 before, but we're just going to go and skip 900 and sell 1,000. So lots of struggles out there. I get it. We're in a struggle period. We've made some changes. Now we will struggle. Through that struggle, we will grow, and then we will succeed. But the only way we get through that, the only way we can grow and have that success, is we got to keep an eye on who we are. We can't let that go. We can't be bickering with each other over stuff that doesn't matter. We got to work together as a team. We can't be cussing guys out for not delivering our hot tubs on time. It's not who we are, man. It's not who we are. We're Dan Cummins. We're the best, the absolute best at what we do. We have the best people on the planet. We're creating one of the greatest dealerships, in history. In history, guys. Nobody does this. Nobody does this. So keep an eye on who you are, what you're saying, the words that are coming out of your mouth. Go out there and continue to be the good people that I know you are. Let's sell 1,000 cars. And hopefully if you get a chance, I'll see you out here tomorrow because we got to move some vehicles. All right? Let's have a good day. Let's go. Kill it. Dave. Big Johnson. Sweet Dave. Keep it simple. Jay Linden, my man. No, I didn't even have a box. I went through tailor-made Clearwater. Good morning, Jim Brooks. Oh, there's my wife. Hi, honey. I love you so much. Tell Savannah I'm Savannah if you're watching. I miss you, baby. And I know I'm having to work a lot right now, but it's part of what we do to get to where we. Hey, what's up, Josh Cummins? It's part of what we got to do to get to where we want to go, honey. So I promise I'm going to hug you, snuggle you. Well, maybe we can catch a movie tomorrow night or something like that. And I'm glad that you're 7 years old now. So anyways, the rest of you guys have a great weekend. Have a wonderful day. We're going to kill it over here at Dan Cummins. We got some cars to park. We got some people to take care of. So we're going to do some big things. Mr. Bowman, my man, I can count on him. He's always here every morning at 8:30. Feel free, hey, share this message, people. Share it with people if you'd like. Let people know, man, it's all about character. It's all about being the right person, staying humble, taking care of people. And when you do that, you'll end up with great results, man. You will end up with great results, I promise. That is a product of taking care of people. So go out there and have a big weekend, make a difference in people's lives, and I'll see you guys later. If I can get this thing to turn off. Have a good one.